I've been keeping aquariums for 25 years now, and I thought I'd kind of done everything, but I've learned a lot from this tank right here. Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Aquatics, and today we are going to do a long-term update on my father fish aquarium. I set this up on the channel 6 months ago and have basically not touched it one time since. I come over here once a day or sometimes every other day, and I put a little bit of food in, but I've never taken these lids off and cleaned the lids. I've never changed water. I've never cleaned the glass. I just have not done any maintenance whatsoever on this to prove a point. Now, Father Fish is known as the I never change water guy, but technically his philosophy is not that you should never change water. It's that you don't have to change water very often using his system. So I did a test on that, and just sitting here looking at it, I'm noticing that I've had a huge rise in the fish population. There's been a lot of fish breeding in here. There's a lot of plants that are spreading. But I'm really interested to clean this up and give you guys a better look at how it's done after an extended time. Now, I do not like duckweed in my aquariums, but this one accidentally got duckweed in it, and I just left it. But I'm going to clean all that duckweed out. But if you notice, there's these two side lamps. I've got these on because duckweed blocks all the light off. And I just have these cheap little aquarium lights, and I don't think that's enough lighting. So I've been running these two clamp lights on the side. If I cleaned off the duckweed and got a better top light, there's obviously no need for something like that. But I'm going to shut those off. I'm going to do a water change on this tank for the first time and get all the duckweed out and clean it up and show you what we've got. I guess I'll give you one more look at it before cleaning up. We've got all these platies in here. I didn't put all these platies in here. I think I might have put 5. I don't remember exactly. But this is the part of it I don't love. I've taken the lids and cleaned them. It's got all that duckweed, and I hate duckweed, and it's so hard to get rid of. But I'm going to be trying to scoop all of that out, put it in this bucket. One of my strategies I use to work against duckweed is after I try to get out all the duckweed, then I get this big, beautiful water lettuce. And I find that even if you don't get every piece of duckweed, this water lettuce will kind of overpower it and shade it out. So we're still doing the water change, but I've done my best to get this this duckweed out. Now we're going to take all this water lettuce from other tanks and put in here. And that will do a better job of cleaning the aquarium without being such a mess. And I just like the aesthetic of it better. I like the functionality of it better. Now, it does still block the light, so you're still left with that same situation where I may still want to leave these extra lights on. Or, like I said earlier, I could just get one really good light. If your light's good enough, it will shine through the duckweed or your floating plants. All right, so now we're cleaned up. We just need to finish the water change and let this settle out, and I'll show you how the tank is actually doing where we can see it. So I've been talking about the duckweed and how I think this water lettuce is so much better. But in addition to that, I don't know if you guys really saw it, but from all the way on this side, all the way, maybe 2/3 of the way across, was a solid mat of hornwort. And I think that really worked against me in seeing this tank develop, because you have to get light to the back if you want anything to grow. So if you look at the front of the tank, I just put a few pieces of this in, and this has carpeted all the way across. It's went everywhere. I didn't put any of these plants here. I didn't put any of these. I didn't put any of this. So that plant's really thriving. And this stuff in the back, that spiral valve, that's doing good. But the sword plants that I put back there haven't really grown at all. This sword plant, the leaves are rotting off of it. And I thought I had another plant over here somewhere. I don't remember for sure. So essentially what I'm saying is letting all that light be blocked off was bad for the aquarium. Okay, we've got a ghost shrimp right here. I put, I think, maybe 5 or 6 platies in here, and now I've counted 11 large platies and probably dozens of little baby platies. They're tiny, tiny little guys. Also, we've got several bristlenose plecos. There's a super red back there. Right here is a little baby cherry shrimp. I put maybe 6 cherry shrimp in here, and I've probably seen 30 of them. See, right there's 2 tiny little baby platies. There's another baby platy. I've been keeping aquariums for 25 years now, and I thought I'd kind of done everything, but I've learned a lot from this tank right here. We do have snails all over the place, and we have tons of shrimp in here. There's a nerite snail. There's more shrimp, more shrimp. I don't know how well you're picking them up, but I can spot a lot of little baby shrimp in here. And I think we're going to see this really grow out and bloom now that I've gotten rid of all those floating plants. Yep, there's another baby shrimp. There are more baby platies there. I'm seeing 4 or 5 baby platies right here in this corner. And see, we had the soil underneath and then the sand, and it's making new soil on top. That's the way this system works. So this is actually a long fin bristlenose pleco. The way it's turned, it's hard to tell that. But yeah, that tail fin is super long, and all of the fins are. Very cool fish. So for people who might be saying, I don't have time to maintain an aquarium, or it's just so much work, this aquarium has had 0 maintenance. I've invested absolutely no time in it at all, and it's doing pretty good. So if you can find time for just a little bit of maintenance, it would do even better. So whether you like father fish or not, what I've learned is that I don't want to be religious about the idea that I'm never going to change water in my aquariums, but every tank that I've set up, I now have a bunch of aquariums in this fish room that have a layer of dirt and a layer of sand and then rock on top of that and lots of plants, and all of those tanks are super low maintenance and they're thriving and beautiful. This one, having all those floating plants and then not doing any maintenance, it started to look a little bit ugly. And sometimes the natural aquariums can be kind of a ugly duckling of a tank. But if you take the time and you get in here and you just do a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of plant trimming and things like that, get rid of the duckweed, you can have a lot nicer looking tank. And that's what I'm going to do with this one going forward. So I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.